What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It's episode number 56. As always, lots to get through today as I've just pressed advance and seen something massive already. Javi Sanchez agreeing that blockbuster move. So far, biggest sale since joining Lyon to Real Madrid. That'll be happening, of course, in the summer. Totally fine with me. He's too good for our current level right now. His young age as well. So yeah, for the realism, I think that makes sense. But lots to get through today, and we start with this to draw for the Europa League last 16, where we'll be taking on today Real Betis away in Seville, who of course we faced in the league phase and beat them 2-1 when coming from behind. So really cool tie, that one there, as we'll take them on once again. But yeah, loads to get through today. We've got the Coupe de France semi-final against St Etienne, and we've got more big games in Ligue 1 as well. We're after only one win in our last 4 in the league. We are in 4th place outside the Champions League spots and 6 points off the leaders Monaco. If we are to get back in the title race, we need to get back on track and back in form. So first game of many today, both in the League Cup and in the Europa League, as we see our hunt for a treble. It is Nantes with a massive one here away from home. Allez Lyon. You can add FC Nantes to the list of brilliant teams to use for an RTG in France in this year's career mode, man. I mean, I love the kits. There's something about kit combinations of colours which are very, very unique. Not many clubs operate with these colours. So yellow shirts and green shorts, kind of like a Norwich City feel in France. Nantes is a very beautiful city on the west coast of the country as well. They have won a few major honours in club history as well. They've won a few Ligue 1s, they've won a few French Cups. That was their last major honour a few years ago. And the added bonus to Nantes is they got their real stadium in the game as well. So yeah, really cool team to use. Highly recommend, like so many others. Anyway, still 0-0 here. Very tough start from Lyon. There's Guiri, bends one in. What a beautiful goal on the outside of the right boot. And the hosts strike first as Lyon continue to struggle. Our toughest patch of the season. I thought we'd end it after the win against Toulouse. Evidently not. I mean, Guiri, Lyon Academy graduate, with the opening goal. And again, only one win in our last 4 in the league. It's been a really tough run. And this is about to be 1 win in 5. And our first loss since our defeat, it was back in December, to Stade Brestois. Can we find a leveller and come from behind to claim at least something here away on the west coast? Tyler Morton finds space, good save. And eventually hooked away, still 1-0. But this is our problem, man. If we do fall behind, because we're such a low-scoring team, very unlikely we'll get even a point, let alone all 3. Oh, yes, that's one way in, son. And Freddie says, Tracy, go right. There we go. Slip through. Got to finish, Connor. Come on, son. Called it before he hit it. Smacked it in top bins. Great assist. And our dynamic duo link up for the level. But that's not enough, man. We need a win. We're not going to get it either because Nantes are going to pass out the clock here. They've dominated possession in this game. It's something that I like to do with my teams, but in this game tonight, the shoe was on the other foot. I didn't like it. I don't like the result either because it means that only 1 win in 5 in the league, I think it is now. And I think that look knows it as I walk down the tunnel. Our title chances have gone. It might sound dramatic, but don't forget, only 34 games in Ligue 1, not 38. 10 to play. Could be double digits behind the league leaders now. I think any chance of winning the title is gone, and even finishing in the top 3 is going to be hard to do from here. Right, following game, we'll jump right into it, aiming to bounce back. It's been an abysmal run domestically from Lyon, but the only saving grace recently has been in the Cup. We've done brilliantly well to make the semi-finals in our first year, but now St Etienne away from home, one of the most decorated French football teams of all time. Heading into this might be favourites, but on this run, it could go either way. St Etienne in the semi-finals of the French Cup. Allez Lyon. Yep, no team has won Ligue 1 more times than St Etienne outside of Paris Saint-Germain. So that was a really roundabout way of saying they're the second most dominant team in Ligue 1 in history. But yeah, they say language is dead. Yeah, I think St Etienne are such a brilliant team for an RTG as well. You know, they're now in Ligue 2, second tier of French football after their relegation last season. So it's a real kind of, not road to glory, but return to glory with St Etienne. If you want to use them again, cool kits with the green and the white shorts and the green socks as Diawara bends one off target. But yeah, trying to return and rebuild restore a fallen giant, if you will, former glorious side in French football. And I think that they are 3rd in most wins in the Coupe de France as well. So believe me, this is a really, really strong French team in terms of history, even though recent history may suggest otherwise. Tracy, great ball through. Fabre breaks the line, and Mera smacks one in early doors. And it's a miss that their real stadium isn't in the game as well. For one of the most decorated sides in French football to have a generic stadium, EA, come on man, do your history lesson. These guys deserve their stadium in the game. But whether it's generic or real, what is real is Mera's opening goal and Lyon in front. I'll have to look this up, but French football fans, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure in France it goes for Ligue 1 titles, PSG, Saint Etienne, and then Marseille. And in the French Cups, it's PSG, Marseille, Saint Etienne, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong there. But yeah, they're a great side for, again, not a road to glory, but a return to glory. And it's just, I swear every episode I'll come across a French team and say, oh, they'd be good for an RTG. But it's true. It's true. I've said it a few times now. But this is a class country for doing RTGs in, with the amount of options you've got. And this should be 2, and it's not. Mera going for his double denied by an excellent save. Still 1-0, but where has this Lyon team been hiding in our league form? Because 28 minutes in, a goal up, but could easily be 2 or 3 up here. Keep pushing, and we will have that scoreline. Oh, Mera's had an absolute stormer in this first half as well. I do like the look of him as well, man. I'm finding, oh, is that a pen? Is that a pen? It's not, but Fofana wins it back. Tracy bends one, and it is 2. And we might not have got a penalty, but we do get the second goal. How did Fofana win the ball back on the floor there before offloading the corner? Tracy, I want to see that on the replay, man. Mera's having a stormer, and like I said, I can't believe Fofana won that back. I'm finding it hard to get Mera in the team, but he's had a great first half. As of Lyon, where has this kind of performance been from Lyon? Not in just the recent weeks, but in the whole season, man. We're in attack mode tonight. Yep, that is going to do it. Felt confident when the draw was made, despite St Etienne's history, and in the end, Lyon do get the job done. A simple 2-0 victory into the final. Let's see who we got. Yep, as we get back to the main menu, I believe it will be Marseille, because the only other non-Ligue side remaining took them on in the semis. That was, of course, Lorient. So 1 advance in the calendar. And we'll see if Lorient pulled off the absolute mad cup set there, or if it will be Marseille, who we face on the weekend. And no, we just saw it there. Marseille with a 3-1 win, as expected. So it will be Marseille versus Lyon in the Coupe de France final right at the end of the season, as the side who have won it more times than anyone else not named PSG will take on Lyon in their first season under Doxy's tenure. All right, bring them on. And we meet them here in the following game as well in a dress rehearsal for that Coupe de France final. It is away on the south coast of France, heading into this, and it's a massive battle for Champions League qualification. I would say from this point here, we are still in a race for the title. There's no doubt about it. We're only 5 points behind league leaders Marseille with 10 to play, but we are the outsiders for the title chance. For Marseille themselves, we're only 1 point behind, and they are still unbeaten. Haven't lost a single game all season long in either the league or the cup. Can we inflict their first defeat on them this season away, collect a massive win, and cut the gap on the league leaders Monaco to just 2 points? One of the biggest games of the season remaining. Marseille away. Look at this Jackson for Marseille, looking for a bit of space, threads it through, great ball, great turn, oh, and the finish, clips the top of the crossbar, and goes behind for a goal kick. There's a reason this Marseille side is still unbeaten domestically, both in the league and the cup as well. It's a really strong team, and I'm not one bit surprised that with 10 games to play, they've got a golden chance at a Ligue 1 title. This is a really, really well-built team, and it's why, since joining Lyon, I was excited for the challenge, because it's not just PSG. Oh, keeps! It's not just PSG, it's Marseille, it's Monaco. Lyon look pretty solid as well. It's a really, really tough division for us, especially in our first season of the rebuild. Still 0-0, but it's all Marseille in the early going, and a good save again. This is a good Marseille team, man. Make no two ways about it. This is a solid, solid team. Again, I'm not surprised that they've had the season they've had. Is it as good as PSG's? No, but no one's as good as PSG in France right now. We hope to be in the future, but we certainly aren't yet. Marseille still unbeaten domestically. Great offload by Velasco. Great save by Incombadio. And Gusto will get it away, but yeah. In our first season, these are the games I'll go into, especially in the form we're in, and say, you know what, I'll take a point. Like, at some point, we'll target wins against everyone, including PSG, but not in our first season of the rebuild, man. We are not ready to start feeling like big dogs just yet. We've still got to earn our stripes. As Gomes goes down the right-hand side, steps in field. It's a wonderful run from Gomes. It's an excellent run, just couldn't pull the trigger. And Marseille clear. Team to play. Marseille going for a winner. They want to go top at full time. And they possibly will if they find it. Ball rolled through to Nicholas Jackson. Great ball through by the ex-Chelsea and Bayern man. And Stoichkov. Oh, flags up. Flags up, flags up, flags up, flags up. Now that looked tight. But Marseille thought they'd found a winner. The linesman says no, or lineswoman even. Oh, that's tight. That's offside. She's right in line, but it was very, very close. 15 to play. Just trying to cling on to a goalless draw here. As Gisto gives it that wide to Gomes. My word, this has been tough. And it's why when that Coupe de France final comes around at the end of the season, there's no doubt about it, we will be considered underdogs based on the campaign that both teams have had. As Gomes looks to step inside. It's a wonderful dribble from Gomes. It's a brilliant run. It's an amazing goal. Lyon have stolen it with 9 to play. Totally against the run of the game. Gomes has surely won it. Just going completely defensive for the final 8 minutes and trying to see this out. We have absolutely stolen this. And Marseille are going to taste defeat for the first time this season in French football, both in the league and in the cup, unless great block by Valentin, and we shall get it away. Oh my word, I can't believe, hang on. Oh, it's a ball. It's a touch. It's a hold up. It's a ball. It's a finish. Lyon have hit the dagger through Freddie. And it's an incredible win away on the south coast of France. No late goal celebrations again, but incredible celebrations on the pitch, if not in the stands, as Fabre has wrapped it for Olympique Lyonnais. Toe pokes it home, catches the keeper off guard, and a massive, absolutely massive win in our hunt, not just for Champions League football, but an outside shot at a league title. Get in! We will leapfrog the hosts, we will go into the top 3, and that is win of the season since joining Olympique Lyonnais. Under the cosh for 80 minutes and then 2 late daggers into the hearts of Marseille to get an absolutely massive, possibly season-defining 3 points. What a win for Olympique Lyonnais. And what's up with the late goal celebrations this year, man? That's the 3rd time this season where we haven't had them. It's like, come on. Oh, I was going to... For a second there, I thought both Monaco and PSG held to goalless draws. It's like, mate, that's a low-scoring afternoon in France because pretty much every game was a 0-0 because it was a late kickoff. But I want to see if either of those teams slipped up there because it will mean... No, Monaco and PSG both won. So we're actually still outside the top 3 there with 9 to play. I was wrong, got my maths wrong, not for the first time, won't be for the last time, but at least we cut the gap to 1. I still don't know if we're going to catch the front runners or PSG, but at least now Marseille have finally tasted defeat at the hands of us, giving us confidence in that French Cup final, and we are still in the hunt. Maybe not for the title, at least for a top 3 finish. Oh... buzzing about that. What a win. Definitely best win so far since joining Lyon. Maybe not in performance. We were woeful for 75 minutes, but in terms of what it means. Right, following game, let's jump into this. Next up, massive one as well. We're away in Seville for the 2nd time this season, taking on Real Betis in Europe. We beat them 2-1, coming from behind in the league phase. Now we meet again in the first leg of our Europa League last 16. I'm feeling confident of repeating it once again, getting a big win here to take back to Lyon. Allez, Lyon. I must say, on the back of that thrilling win away in Marseille, this has been a poor one. Hour mark about to be approached. We are still deadlocked at 0-0. There's been, quite frankly, nothing going on. And as things stand, it'll be a goal short take home, which, to be fair, I would take. As we know nowadays, no away goals in European ties. I mean, that's my opinions on that, as someone's been watching football for so long now. To be honest, I wouldn't say I've forgotten all about it, but it has got to a point now where you don't remember it really as clearly as you used to. But now, whether I'm in favour of it or not, I've always been kind of, I don't know, sat on the fence about it really. But oh, Tyler, what a chance. It does mean I think now it's a bit more balanced than it was before. I think the importance of away goals kind of lost their not lost their importance, but lost their value as years went by. And I think now, yeah, I probably am in favour of them being scrapped and staying scrapped as well. I don't think we need to return to the away goal ruling. Because to me, playing away from home historically in Europe, if you go back several decades, would... Oh, what a finish that is for the opening goal. Would have been a lot more difficult in terms of the travel plans and the accommodation and so on and so forth. When we're going back historically, if you will. But in more recent years, with the advancements in technology and sports nutrition and whatnot, playing away is not seen as tough as it may have been in years past and decades prior, if you will. See, I am in favour of the away goal being scrapped. I think it was the right change from the UEFA. And for me, honestly, I think it was quite overdue as well. But tonight, I wish the away goal ruling was in action because we haven't got one, and I think we're going to need one really, because going home, trailing by 1, when as things stand, if Betis keep a clean sheet in Lyon, we are exiting the Europa League in the last season. I'm not going to panic on the back of this loss here, but it's not been the first leg performance I was hoping for. One of our best shots of silverware is going to look a lot more unlikely when that final whistle rings out. This has been a poor performance from Lyon, not for the first time recently. Yeah, best way of describing that performance was laboured and passive, and I could describe a lot of my performances like that this season. Following game, going to be much better. Paris FC coming to Lyon, aim to get back on track here as our unbeaten run comes to an end, but domestically, no defeat since our loss to Stade Brestois back in December, I think it was, and a win here should see us leapfrog Marseille and go back in the top 3. 9 to play, not really thinking about the title now, just trying to get back in the Champions League with a 3rd or 2nd place finish. Paris FC next up. Yeah, it was poor. Really poor. I won't try and deny that. And finally, our 4-game road trip comes to an end. Back home for this one here. First game at the Europa League Stadium today. Feeling confident as well. Paris FC had a decent start to the season, but now falling off in mid-table. As Freddie finds space, shoots, and oh, they don't go in. I mean, obviously not, because it's the referee's watch didn't flash up, but how did that bounce out like that? That hit the post. I'm going to assume that hit the post and then bounced out off the line. Found a bit of space, bends one, hits the bar first, doesn't it? Hits the bar, then comes down off the post, and yeah, that's how it didn't cross the line. I saw the ball kind of like ricochet there, and I thought it actually crossed the line and then bounced back out, Tony Yeboah style, but no, off the bar, off the post, and still 0-0 for now. But yeah, got to get back on track in this game, man. Seriously, if we do go out of the Europa League in the last 16 to Real Betis on Thursday, I feel confident of overturning the deficit. But if we do, then the only way we can get back in the Champions League is by a top 3 finish. Again, 4th will get us into a qualifier, but I don't know, man. I've got to make sure it's guaranteed. Oh, that's nice football out from Paris FC. Neza looking for space, finds his man, lovely build-up, Niang's finish, oh great save by Nkambadio, flying to his left, and the former Paris FC keeper himself keeps it at 0-0. Tough start to the game, not quite as tough as in Spain, but oh, there's the opening goal. Paris FC in front, and despite that big win against Marseille, proof here we are far from back to our best. I just can't get it sorted. Oh, that's a poor pass that. And Freddie not sure where to go, but slides a great ball through. Great first touch, better finish, 1-1. Frédéric Fabre with back to goal, receiving the ball under pressure, can still turn out of a paper bag and thread a through ball almost in the exact same motion. Great finish by Fofana. Only his 4th of the year, but a crucial one, 1-1. You know, I've got my favourites in a team where I'll literally praise every single thing they do. Like, you know, Freddie Fabre could just play like a simple 5-yard pass like that, and I'm like, oh my god, that was defence splitting. I can't deny he's my favourite man, but Fofana could become a favourite with that leveler there and almost the assist too. 1-1, we've got to turn this game on its head, man. Yeah, we had a great big win against Marseille, yeah, a good win against St Etienne, but our form has been too poor for another slip up. Got to win this. What it is though is like, ultimately, the youth players are what make your career modes great. Like I've mentioned this a few times now, but like the reason why I'd like to prioritise the academy and a lot of my career modes is that I just think youth players, they make your career mode unique, number one, because they're only limited to that one save. Like, you know, Fabre's not going to be in my next save. He's gone. Like it's this one. And once the save comes to an end, we'll never see him again. So because you only have those players for a short period of time in an FC year, like, they're what makes the save unique. But again, it's what makes it so fun, you know, knowing that they're yours, you know. No one else's. In no other save, just yours. And speaking of youth players, great build-up as Tracy is through. He's got the pace to run through one-on-one and the finish to get us in front. Great turnaround from Lyon, not for the first time this season. And the hosts in front with Connor's 10th for the year. Yep, it's a big comeback win from Lyon, and whilst our defence has taken a step back recently, only 2 clean sheets in our last 5 games now in all competitions, not really on brand for Olympique Lyonnais. A big win there after coming from behind does keep us in the hunt for a top 3 finish and a Champions League place next season. Speaking of European football, probably our final game today will end on this. It is Real Betis on Thursday night, one of the biggest games of the campaign as we trailed to the Sevilla-based side by a single goal to nil. But at the Groupama Stadium with the second leg, and where we've been unbeaten all season long at home, let's see if we can overcome the deficit and make it through to the quarterfinals. Our final game tonight, Europa League, last 16, second leg, Allez Lyon. I still feel confident we'll overturn this deficit. We might be a low-scoring team, but we overcame the deficit in, what was it, half an hour against Real Betis in Seville. So we've got a full 90 here at home to do the same thing. Yeah, I feel confident. It would have been nice to have gone away with the win or even just a draw, but I feel very confident indeed. Oh, that was always a perfect start. I always feel like the start is so important to a second leg when you're trailing. If it takes you a while to get going, the clock is your enemy at that point, you know, because you know time's against you. There's always a chance you're conceding when pushing men forward late in desperation of getting a leveller on aggregate. But if you get the early goal, you get the early canceller, if you will, to level the aggregate scoreline. I think you can build on that. It's all about how you start the game. That's been a good start as well with Betis. And for their first chance, have found one. It's Anthony. It's a rocket. Absolute rocket from the former Manchester United, Ajax and Sao Paulo, man. Not a meme anymore, but his performances have been nothing short of a dream for Real Betis fans and a nightmare for Lyon fans as well. Anthony turns Sanchez inside out and absolutely smacks it past Cambadio. I said it was all about the start. Well, it's been a woeful one from Lyon, and we find ourselves trailing now by 2:33 in. Is our European adventure ending early? Today, it's been proved that we are still a long way off where we want to be. Not only with a disappointing slip-up to FC Nantes in the league and our hunt for a title basically being ended with what is now 8 games to play, but a knockout to Real Betis. I think we would have said we were favourites pre-tie, not by a lot. Again, we might have beat them in Seville. We had to come from behind to do that in the league phase, but we were still favourites nonetheless. We haven't scored a single goal, and instead we're going to lose 2-0 on aggregate. Maybe not. Freddie smacks one in. Can't pick the ball up, so just try and kick it back if you can. It's 2-1. Need another. It's amazing how our defence has totally taken a step back. I mean, we were shutting the door on teams early this season with no problems at all and bolting it with a deadlock, but now, oh, as Tanner slips on the half volley and puts it wide. This is going to be no clean sheets in 3, our longest streak without a clean sheet this season, and only 2 in our last 6 when in Tyler. Well, it means we've got to have someone stepping up out there and doing it on the offensive end. And the problem is, looking at the bench here as well, who do we call for? I mean, Zietler off the bench, who hasn't really done it when called upon. Mera, who's quite tired and not exactly been great in limited game time. Diawara, I mean, this is the problem, man. We've got very little in the way of quality and depth, at least in attacking positions. So, yeah, when I do need someone to come off the bench and help me out, I haven't really got anyone. So, proof again that this rebuild in our first season still has a very long way to go. Freddie, who got the goal, finds Tanner. Captain. Morton. Holds it up. Fofana, onside. Fofana! Bends it in! and Lyon level from 2 goals down. The Belgian wonder kid with the finish. We go in extra time. I think it's going pens as well. Nothing to report in extra time. To be honest, the lads used up all their energy to come back from 2 goals down to force it. Nothing since then. We might have one last chance with Gomes down the right. This is it. Gomes gets away. Gets into the area. Hangs one up deep. Headed in. Tyler Morton. Connor Tracy for the win! Connor Tracy has sent Lyon into the quarter-finals. You thought the late winner against Marseille was dramatic. How about this for a comeback? 2-0 down with 37 minutes to play, forcing extra time, and with the final kick of the game, the New Zealand international has won it for Olympique Lyonnais. Betis have thrown it away. Lyon have come back to win it in dramatic circumstances. What a win, what a moment, and what a season-defining situation we have just seen. Tracy the hero, Lyon are through to the last 8. And how often do we talk about the stats not always showing the important patterns of play in the game? That deep cross from Gomes was going nowhere, absolutely nowhere, until Malik Fofana leaped up to win. Does he get credit with the assist? No. As we see, the draw's already been made there. It's going to be Lazio in the quarter-final, but he's the reason why the play remained alive and in the end capitalised by Tracy. So there it is. It will be Lazio in the quarter-final, who we also faced in the league phase, lest we forget, as the full draw is there. That was a draw at the Stadio Olimpico, but we'll need to be a hell of a lot better if we are to make it through there. That'll do it though, guys. Massive thanks for watching. Enjoyed. If you have, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a brilliant day. I'll return the next one with the quarterfinal, and we'll also have more games in Liga and aim to get back in the title race, or at least in the top 3 very soon. What a finish.